Get a job or start a business. Hey, gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and today I'm going to talk about one of the most asked questions that people ask me. Hey, Mike, should I quit my job even though I make good money, or should I quit my job, or I just graduated college, should I just start a business, or should I just get a job? And today I'm going to try to address that from many both positionings, okay, to give you the benefits and the pros for both of them to help you guys compare it, okay. Now it doesn't matter if you're just out of college and you're looking to get a job or start a business debate, you're thinking that, or if you're, a seniors at a job somewhere for 5, 7 years and you're tired of it, okay. Now, before I dive in, this one important idea I want you to make sure you guys understand is that you have to sit down and in quietness and figure out what you want in life. Okay, it's very important for you to know what you want. Let me give you an example. I started out of high school. I'm sorry, in college, and I knew instantly that I didn't want to have a business. I didn't want to have a job. I just wanted to have a business. I didn't want to work for the man sitting in the traffic, the cubicle, etc. However, I knew I just wanted to have a business, but I didn't know what kind of lifestyle I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted to do in a sense that do I want to just have so much success and so much material things and so much accumulations and one house and two houses and three houses and one car, two cars and three cars and did I, did I want that, or did I want a lot of time off so I could spend with my kids, and taking to the ball, ride the bike with them, go to the park and spend all my time with them, or did I want to just be, a sex maniac and make a lot of money and be good looking and and go travel the world and meet girls, or if you're a girl then you meet guys. Do you want to just go travel? Do you just want to go? So you got to know what do you want, because my problem was that I made a mistake that I thought that what I wanted is what the news sold me, what the TV sold me, what the bling bling sold me, which is accumulations and growth. Because I saw, GMC and Ford growing, growing, growing. I saw Kodak growing, growing, growing. I saw Toys R Us growing, growing. All everywhere I went, they were there. Okay, so I wanted the same thing. I thought I wanted the same thing. I wanted to have one successful business, and then I wanted to have two, and then I wanted to have three, and then went around on top of these three mountains I've conquered, and people would love to be there. I didn't love being there, okay, because I was working all the time, and I didn't even know what the meaning of life was, okay. And I love what I did, but I was just working all the time, and the only way I would get happy is through accumulation, like buying something new. I buy a new bicycle, buying a new motorcycle, buying a new jet ski, whatever it is, or new clothes, whatever, okay. And I'm sure many of us are in that situations if we're able to put our ego away. So the very first thing on the debate is, should you get a job or start a business, is that what do you want? You have to learn that, because for me, I spent 14, 15 years of working my butt off, starting $1 million business, having a real estate brokerage firm, owning rental properties, and, end of the day, that's not really what I wanted. What I really wanted is not a lot of responsibilities. I wanted just to work maybe an hour or two a day. What I wanted is just, go do physical activities, because as a refugee, to America, I didn't get to go ride bikes. I didn't have a childhood, and I want to spend time with my kid, all the time. I don't want to be like letting the babysitter raise my kid. I don't want to be like trying to start a new location and be away from my kid, and and I used to be like that. I used to have a Fort Worth location, I used to have a Houston location, I have an Austin location. So I had to travel and I had to do all this stuff, and it was you know fun. I'm not gonna say it's not fun. I was doing my dreams. I'm not complaining about it, but I really didn't know what I wanted. I was sold on what I thought I wanted, and when I got what I thought I wanted because of the propaganda that was been fed to me, right? And I believed that. That's the worst thing. But thank God I had the um, awareness, awakening to say, you know what, this is not what I want. And I had the balls to let go of everything I worked for 14, 15 years and just say, you know what, I'm just going to give it all away to homeless people, majority of it, and then The rest of it, I'm just gonna go and travel America for a year and a half, with the homeless and just not have anything, just become a minimalist. So I give myself the, hey, I made a mistake. And be honest with you, and I also give myself the props for being able to let go of everything. I mean, who in your right mind would have a home, have multiple homes, have all the stuff you wanted, beautiful cars, beautiful bicycles, beautiful stuff, your dream life, starting with $100, no debt, to letting it all go. Okay, I'm not sure not many people will sign up for that. All right. However, because of this situation that I've gone through, I can honestly tell you that before you start on your journey of getting a job or one a business, you got to realize what you want. And one of the best ways to do that is what I call interview or read on or maybe talk to, okay, people that have good jobs. Okay, so there's so many people that I know that have good jobs. They've been in their jobs, they're making good money, they have good cars, good houses, etc. But when you talk to them, they hate their job, and there's some that like it. So I would try to find these people that have good jobs, okay, and talk to them, and interview them, see if they like it. I know some people that make a $200,000 job a year, $100,000 job a year, or less or more, and they don't like their job, but they've been there for 15 years, 17 years. They hate that shit. They're looking for the weekend. Okay. The other thing I want you to do is maybe talk to some people that have businesses. Okay. And figure out, okay, with these people, you're asking them how many days are they working, okay, how many days are they working, so you want to kind of compare, you know how, what do they do on the days off, what do they do on their days off, okay, and other clever questions you want, and kind of like build them, because some people don't tell you the truth, they hide their problems and stuff inside of them, they're not open like Mr. No Fluff, because I try to keep it real with you guys, so you got to kind of like gauge that, and then from there try to map out, okay, what kind of lifestyle you want. Okay, right now the lifestyle that I want is I want to work only 1 or 2 hours a day. Okay, I don't want to have shitty or bitchy customers. I don't care how valuable their money is green, and I respect them and I respect their money, but I don't want that in my life. Like I used to have a movie company. Oh man, that was a very stressful business. Even though I made a lot of money, it was very stressful because we took all kinds of customers in. Great customers, nice customers, kind customers, bitchy customers, shitty customers, stealing thief customers, where we would render services $1,000 and they didn't want to pay us when we worked 2 days or one day, whatever. Okay. So I right now don't want to deal with any shitty customers, any bitchy customers. I just want to only deal with people that can really change their life, and 5 years, 10 years down the line, they remember me, I remember them, and that's the way I like to do it. Okay. I only want to work 1, 2 hours a day. I don't want to work 8 hours a day, or even 5 hours a day, or even 7 hours a day, or 12, 15. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is spend all my time with my kid, okay, with my family. That's it. I want to ride bikes, play drums. Like I just bought a new drum set. I'm gonna learn how to play drums and learn how to draw. And I'm meditating, and that's what I want to do. I want to have the freedom. So I want to now. My lifestyle is I want to make money, and I don't want to work. I want to do the least amount of work. Okay, in my 30s, I retired, and I thought I retired, and I started other businesses, and I was like, I don't have to work, but I wanted to do that. But now I want to just sit still. I want to just look at my baby and let her smiles or cries, or just be right there and watching every step. All right. So why does that matter? Why is what you want is matter? Because I don't want you to go up the mountain. It's going to take you 10, 12, 15, 17 years. And then when you get there, when you conquer your mountain, you conquer your dream, your passion, say, oh shit, this is not what I want. TV sold me, YouTube sold me. These guys with their bling bling, they're not even happier. This is not what I wanted, because that's what happened to me. Okay. Now I know that, hey, I decided, hey, what do I want first? Now I wanted to work less. I want to have a lot of free time. I want to, have low stress business. Okay. So now I'm tailoring my business to that. Get bitchy customers, we refund their money. No, thank you. God bless you. Go somewhere else. But we don't want that. We want people that we can truly help. They're gonna appreciate our help, and we're gonna appreciate them. And that's the only ones. Like if I don't want to help anyone that I don't think that if I help them, they're not gonna give me a good review. or they're because they have competition and they don't want to let other people know that I help them. I don't want people like that. I want the people that I help them. They're willing to get on YouTube and say, "Look, man, thank you, Mike. I'm going to Hawaii. Thank you, Mike. I'm paying for my college kids. Thank you, Mike. I quit my job." Right? That's the kind of people I want to help out. And if you're not like that, no big deal. I don't need your money. We don't work for money. We let go of everything. I've been homeless. I slept on the fucking floor. I don't need anything, but I need to change your life. That's what I need. Even if you don't want to vouch for me because of whatever your ego tells you, but I still want to change your life. And the people that, and I do that through my free stuff, my free blogs and Missing Enough Love. And the people that I really can help and they have a loving heart as well, I'm willing to bend backward for you guys. And I've done it with total strangers, people I just picked up at the bus, they didn't have even a place to live, man. I put them somewhere. Okay. So very first thing you want to do is you want to know what do you want. Okay. Now, if you want to start a job or a business, one thing that I always do, I do one of these little charts and I put a job here and I'll put business. And then I'll just run through it in my mind and see which one I like better. Okay. The first thing is that one of the great things is with a job, you have a guaranteed pay. Okay. With a business, you don't have a guaranteed pay. No, there's no pay. Okay. First, you have to invest or build the infrastructure or build the business, and then you may get paid, but it's not guaranteed, dude. So you have a guaranteed pay. Okay. The next thing is on a job, unless you have like a really low level job, like $10, $15. But normal jobs, like the ones they teach you to get after college, you're gonna have free, health not free, but healthcare. On a business, maybe, but when you first start out, is no. Okay, and maybe. And some people maybe. Your business is successful, absolutely. That's why I put maybe in there. All right. Now, on a job, you have to climb the ladder. So you have the ladder here, and you have to climb it up here. In a business, there's no ladder to climb. You have to come up with the idea of the ladder, and then you have to build this side, and then you have to build this side, and then all the little things. That means you have to have all these tools to cut the lumber. Okay, just cut it off. You have to have the idea to map it out in your brain how this ladder is going to look like, right? Uh, so you have to do all the stuff before you can even start to build the ladder, and then you have to climb it up, dude, just like here. So that's why a job is so much easier, which is point number 3 or 4. And a business is hard, dude. It's hard, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hard not to have a guaranteed pay. It's hard to put your soul into something and people don't like it. It's hard to invest, 100, 200, 300 million, 2 million, 3 million, 10 million, 20 million, whatever, and then your the real estate development goes down, your investment goes down, your business goes down. It's hard, guys. It's hard to work 14, 15-hour days. Now, if you start a business, you may not have to work 14, 15 hours. It depends on what you want. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Um, my wants are so low now that I don't really need anything. My only wants is just to experience life, to be alive, sit underneath the tree, to meditate, to be with my kid, to hold their hand, to ride the bicycles, and do all the simple things that nature provides. Is just magnificent. So my wants are very low. You know, um, so if your wants are low, then maybe you don't have to work 14-hour, 15-hour days. Okay. But if you want to have 5 locations, 3 locations, make this much a year, you want to have a Bentley, you want to have a Ferrari, you want to have vacation, then yeah, you got to put the time in, dude. There's no dice in it. Doesn't matter if you have a job or a business, you got to put the time in if you want to go up the ladder, dude. Okay, there's no slice and dice in it, guys. Okay, now on a job you have to learn. Okay, in a business you have to learn. But in the business, you have to learn way more than in a job because on a job, even if you don't learn that much, you still have a guaranteed pay or a cushion. In a business, if you don't learn, you don't earn. Okay, you have to learn the systems. You have to learn how to re-gauge it. You have to learn how to tweak it around because it's not working. Okay, which brings me to the next point. Um, in a business, there's no systems. I mean, in a job, there's no systems you have to learn or develop. They give you all that. Like if you go work for X company, they say, okay, this is how we package the stuff for it to be shipped out, or this is how we install the software, or this is how we make the dough. Doesn't matter. They have the systems. Okay, but in a business, you have to create your own systems. Okay, not only do you have to create your um, ladder, but then you have to create systems on, okay, how am I going to climb this ladder the most efficiently? Should I have water with me? Should I take the left hand first, the right hand? Should I wear some bandana because the sweat gets in my eyes and I lose grip? Should I put some chalk on my fingers? Those are systems, guys. All right, guys. Now, the other thing you have to think about is that the ceiling. Okay, the ceiling on here, having a job, is that there's another man decides if you go up, if you go down, or if you're fired. Okay, where the ceiling on having your own business is up to you. Okay, you guys, you control it. If you're lazy, you're not willing to learn, you're not willing to make mistakes, you're not trying to learn from your mistakes. You gossip, you have negative heart, you don't got no will, you don't got no drive, you don't got none of that stuff. That's what champs are made out of. Then shit, you know, it's not gonna work, guys. It's just not gonna work. Okay. Um, but if you have a drive and you're willing to learn, you're willing to make mistakes, you're willing to learn from your mistakes, um, and you're a student of life, then the ceiling is yours. You can make, whatever you want. You can make 100K, you can make 1 million, you can make 100 million, you can make 1 billion. You can do whatever you want, or you can make zero. Go out of bankruptcy. Okay. And the reason I think that most investors go bankrupt, or most business owners that go bankrupt, is because they follow the traditional way, which is like, hey, let's go ahead and get you prepped up to borrow some money, small business loan, and then let's go ahead and buy the uh, infrastructure, which is, let's get a lease, let's go buy the ovens, let's go buy the chairs, let's go buy whatever you're starting, all this stuff, and then we'll start marketing, okay? And before you know it, before you open your door, you're in debt hundreds of thousands of dollars. You have all this overhead. And of course, 9 out of 10 businesses will go bankrupt. The way I do at Mr. No Fluff is that I say, hey, whatever business you want to start, you don't need to get the infrastructure. You don't need to get the desks and the offices, etc. What you need to do is spend only your money and your energy in marketing. Once the marketing comes, then you can use the customer's money to grow your business versus getting into debt. Okay, so very, very important. This is $1 million idea I've just given you guys, that every business I started, and I've been in business since high school, I've only used the customer's money to make money. Okay, even when I sold books, like I sold my VA Exponential book, one of my top sellers, and before I even had the book, I pre-sold it. People paid for it, and then I made the book. Okay, I made, I don't remember, like 10, 19 grand. I don't remember what it was, but I pre-sold that much up front. Okay, so before I never wrote a book before in my life. That was my very first time to write a course. Okay, so instead of me spending months and months and killing myself, because if I didn't sell any, there's no reason for me to make the product. So that's why I'm talking about it. If you can't generate leads, there's no reason to start the business. So if you want to be a real estate investor and you can't generate leads, then there's no reason to start a business. If you want to be a realtor and you can't generate leads, there's no reason to be a realtor. If you want to be a pizza owner and you can't generate leads, then you want to be a moving company, same exact thing. Now, let's say if you're on a business like physical, like the pizza or moving, which will say, well, I don't have ovens to make the pizza. Well, I don't have the trucks to move them. Don't worry. You could just generate the leads and sell the leads, man, to someone. 10, 20 bucks, 100 bucks a month, whatever, per lead, whatever you want. But the point is, you're making money versus getting into debt and paying the bankers. If it's 10 bucks, if it's $100 a month, you're making money. But more importantly, you're learning the business. You're learning how to generate leads. So that's how you can have a success of probably like 8 out of 10 versus 1 out of 10. Okay, uh, 1 out of 10 is you buy the infrastructure, you get into debt, you increase your liabilities, and then you try to have a business. You open your doors to do marketing. The other way is you spend no money on infrastructure, you spend no money on anything besides lead. Now, lead generation can be done from free, or it can be done with paid, guys. Okay. So, should you have a job or start a business? The simple answer, I think, it all depends on you and what your lifestyle is. If you want to be you want the easiest thing, then a job. You don't have to worry about bookkeeping. You don't have to worry about Uncle Sam taxes. You don't have to worry about creating systems. You don't have to worry about buying stuff, inventory, the infrastructure. You don't have to worry about anything. You could be a half-ass. You could be a 70%. You could be like a Walmart worker that hates their job and still goes to the majority of people that hate their jobs and still get paid and still have homes and still have nice stuff even though you hate your job, okay? You hate going in there. All right? So that's the easy thing. Now, the problem with that is that, someone always telling you what to do, someone's always controlling you. You don't have the freedom and so many other things. There's nothing you can leave over for your kids. If you don't work, you don't eat, etc. On the right hand side as a business, there's a lot of advantages. There's a lot of hardships. And the hardships are what we talked about. Some of the advantages are that you can pass something around to your kids. You can sell it. You work for something, you made a lot of cash flow from it, like say 110K a month, 20K a month, 50K a month, and then in the end of the day, you can sell your business and get another chunk of money. Your business can be passed down to your kids and they can run it. Okay. Um, the ceiling is yours. No one controls the ceiling. You can do as much as money you want, or wherever you want to work as little as you want, and you can work as less as you want. If you don't, for example, if you don't like your customers, you can say, "I'm sorry, I don't want to do business with you." Where as a job, if you don't like your boss, you're screwed. You don't like your coworker, you're screwed. You don't like the customer, you're screwed. You have no control. So in business, you have total control. You get to pick what days you want to work. If you want to deal with these customers, if you want to charge a lower price, you want to charge a higher price. You set your culture for your business. You can set your standard for your business, or your elite refund policy. So for me, I've never had a job. I mean, I'm 39 years old. I only had a couple of jobs in high school where you went in, you had to fill an application, they would hire you. And my very first job was washing cars. And I realized right after that, man, I hate working for people. I hated working. Okay. And I hated working for people. And I really just rather have fun. But somehow I forgot that from high school to college. I got sold on material things. And then even though I had three businesses, I was making a shitload of money, I thought I was behind. I had to get more and more. I had this disease, this sickness. I had two diseases and two sickness. Sickness number one was that the more I accumulated, the more I wanted to accumulate. Right? The second disease was that when I accumulated something fancy that no one else had, and other people were suffering, I felt good about it. Like, hey, I have a Mercedes Benz and you're driving the Honda. Ooh, I'm an elite. I feel good versus like, hey, man, why am I better? Why do I feel like I'm better because I drive a Mercedes versus the guy that has a Honda or the guy riding a bicycle? Why does that even matter, dude? These are just bullshit. These are just material things. Okay, why does that matter? The guy driving a Honda, the guy walking, he probably has a kid, he has a belief system, he has fears, he has all these ambitions. It's just like me, dude. Right? So that isolation of like, if I have $1 million home, if I have $1 million in business, I'm somewhat better than someone else that has job that works for $10 an hour, and I feel superior about that. And the more comfort I had, the more isolation I put myself into, and I didn't like that, man. Like, I'm the same as a bird. Now I see a bird, I put my hands together and I bow down to it. I'm the same as a snake, dude. I'm the same as a bee. I'm the same as the water in the tree. I bow down to it, dude. So question comes back to, what do you want out of life? Do you want to work all the time? Do you want to sit in traffic? Do you want to sit in a cubicle? Do you want somebody to control you? And do you want something that's easy? And if those are the things, then you get a job. And if you want something that's tough, you want something that's hard, but the rewards are great. You want something that you can control. You want something that you could pass along. Then a business. If you want freedom, I think the business is where it is because no one tells you what to do. Only you tell yourself what to do, and that's the greatest hardness because to tell yourself what to do is the greatest mastery. To have mastery over yourself, you're the biggest master around. Not accumulation. To do things, to change, to be someone else that you're not happy with. I wasn't happy with making all this money and just having these diseases that the more elite stuff I had, the more separation it caused, the more I felt good about myself or other people didn't have it. It was just very sickening disease and it was making me very, very sick. It was giving me sadness and depression. Okay. And I didn't want that. And there was enough of it. It was so much that I just was. bedsick, and then I decided to just let go of it because I knew the source of it was not accumulation. Okay, I knew that I started a business not to work and buy so much stuff. I started a business to enjoy life, and that's why I started with you guys, letting you know that. What do you want? Okay, do you want to have 5 cars? Do you want to have 5 rental houses? Do you want to have 5 vacations home? Then if that's the case, then you have to pay the price of all the time working to get those things, right? Uh, Everyone that I know that are very successful, that have 100 employees plus, or have good businesses, $100 million businesses, or $1 million plus businesses, or $10 million businesses, they all work 7 days a week. They work all the time. No matter how successful they are, they have the same diseases as me. They work more, they want to conquer more. And it's a never ending to the grave. And that's why I don't want you to be. I don't want you to work